guys? Welcome back to the Merry Boozers RC channel. Today we're out here with the Freewing Griffin. I'm getting used to it now. We're going to try and do you a little bit more of a performance flight now that we're getting used to it. I'm loving the Griffin, so let's get it out there, guys, and let's get it ripping on the Griffin. This one. Here we go. Gear coming up. Cleaning her right up. All right, here we go. Let's get into it. No gyro. Gonna pop it at the end of the runway, Lori. Power! Man, it's got some ailerons too, don't it?
Let's hear the flying brick now. As they say, if you put enough power, anything will fly.
I like getting it slow too. So the fun part, we have a 6,000 in it right now, guys. So it's not really going to do the best high alpha that it could. It's a lot of weight, but it will. There's the nose up. This is with the 6,000. So as you get lighter batteries, it'll do it better. But I like the flight time with this plane. Vertical performance at the end of the runway, Lori. Woo!
I don't want that thing to hit me.
Man, it's just so good. Turning out in front of us, Lori. Keep it a little further out and turn. Man. It is fun though. Just different is the biggest thing too. Turn it off, slow it down. You can hear it coming.
This fly upside down, this goes, it does upside, right?
It does. Let's get it lower, huh? That's what you guys want to see, right?
Let's see some of that pilot stuff.
Lower! Lower! That was pretty cool, right? Hover it.
There's a good shot of it. Cover it again. And well, it didn't fall out that bad, did it?
We got one more hot pass and then we're coming into land. Sort of a knife edge. All right, coming by, Lori. Gonna put the gear out on this pass and then line up for the approach. And gear. And here we come. Now I've been landing it a little on the hot side, guys. Don't forget I am flying with a 6,000 milliamp battery. You can't get it quite as slow. So get that nose up, see the landing light coming in, adding the power back in, fly it on that throttle. Can't ask for much better than that. Man, what a machine! Machine! Gotta love it. You gotta taxi with the canards up too. It's the rule.
Hello, pilots. Welcome back to Motion RC Live, episode 4 of 2021. And yeah, we're here. I've got, as you see on the table, we finally put together the high performance ME262. So I plan on getting out with that as soon as possible. I've yet to fly it with its proper high performance setup. And then a couple of other guys behind me. We were doing those build videos this week, just in the background. We had some bad weather again this week. It's cold, it's windy. So just working through some of the stuff that, updating videos and such. But actually, I've never flown the 64mm F-22. And it's been a while since I took a Crusader out. So we'll get to those. We can show you some of those quick unboxings, but those are just some of the videos that are be coming up. Now, I see everybody want to welcome everybody in the chat. We got Arthur, Dads, Justin Lamb, Justin Warden. I see Madame Mateo. I'm looking now. George Watts, David Snyder. How is everybody doing? I wanted, as you see, I've got earpieces in. Alex is not in the studio with us today because actually, full disclosure, we're having a little bit of a COVID scare. My daughter's school called the other day and said she was apparently in close contact. So we immediately said, no coming to the studio. So he is streaming this stream remotely. So we're doing a remote setup. So if things get a little crazy or haywire, not really much we can do. But right now, all seems to be working pretty well as we go. So, we shall know. But I gotta go get tested with my daughter, who's a little nervous. She heard about what is involved with it, so we're gonna both go. You can't even do that until a certain time period after. So I'm gonna do that with her, and hopefully all is fine. But better safe than sorry. So just bear with us if the stream gets a little crazy, because he's not right here with me, but he's in my ear, so I could hear Alex talk at any time. So, what's it called? I see Turbinator 262, first EDF. I don't know if speed is in essence what's going to change on this, but what I hope with it, and again, if you guys watched a couple weeks ago, before I took out my custom one, was that last month, I guess, before the end of the year, I put the wrong motors in the 262, the wrong in runners, and it flew awesome. And I definitely got some more efficiency. I got a little more battery life out of it. Like, you're not going to double your battery time or anything, but normally I had my transmitter set to 3 minutes on a typical 5000 6S pack. And I was pushing that to 330, 340 on that other in runner setup. I only flew it 3 times, but again, I got lucky because the ESCs for those motors weren't rated for where those ESCs could go. So I didn't watt meter it. I just didn't even think. I just assumed, oh, this is the way it goes. This one has 2100 kV motors, which can take the 60 amp ESCs. So, the motors are rated with the ESC match. But either way, I'm expecting to fly great. I can't, now there's 262s around, and I always enjoy flying this one. But I'm really excited because I've seen the 64mm 22 fly a bunch, and I love flying the big one. I think most people love their big 22s, but every time I see that one fly, it flies great as well. And I didn't even realize I'd never put that one together. I'm excited about that one because you forget that, oh, this little one has full flying stabs as well. So you could probably get pretty crazy on it, especially with, especially with like a little 1600mm pack, because the thing is so light. So it is pretty awesome. But this show, obviously, we'll get to that later. I want to get started. Let's get started with our customer community. So you see the sidebar, as we always do. We will start with Hobby Squawk. And Ian, the HP 262 coming to the US, it definitely is, if it's not already there. But yes, they'll, eventually at one point, there'll be no more outrunner versions of, most of the Freewing models. It just takes time. Everything's sort of getting updated as it goes. But once this one is available, then that will be the only one that's available until eventually, there's another upgrade or whatever, in the future. But now we're starting with, and EA6B, let me see it here. Sorry, got Alex is saying in my ear, but EA6B Geek with we're on the T33 first. He had 2 posts, but I really love this livery of the T33. Again, we've seen a couple oranges out there and reds, but I really like the way he did this scheme. And then there's another picture of that one, I believe, but also he did a Corsair as well. So it was in 2 different threads that he did it, but I really dig this scheme. So, and again, remember too, guys, if you're watching our live show, you've been following, and if your plane shows up at any point throughout the year, you'll automatically be entered for a chance to win something at our end of the year show. But also, we're just a month out. In about a month, I would say probably 3 episodes from now, I will, we'll get ready for the March Mayhem. It's really called March Mayhem because I can't use March Madness, but the March Mayhem tournament of customizations. We've done it now the last 2 years. It got big, last year, and hopefully it gets even bigger this year. Based on what I've seen in the past year of customizations, if, there should be a lot of submittals, but, we're excited to do it. And we'll get to that in about 3 weeks when we get there. But the Corsair, stunning Flightline Corsair. I love the 3-tone blues and the 2 tones. I always like when guys do that. So now add a little weathering to that, EA, and it'll look fantastic. Then I think I saw Michael Rader in here. He was the next one we found on there. He's got himself the big Black Horse P40. So, if you're seeing this, and again, what I'm seeing is a little bit delayed today, but I'm sure you guys they're seeing it. Alex is laughing in my ear, but Michael Rader's got the big P40, the one that we are eventually going to film. We had one here, we unboxed it, but he is putting this together, and he's going with the same setup. There he is. Michael, I saw that you're going with the same setup that I have in the Zero. So as Alex skims through the pictures here, when he pops it up, he's got the big Admiral GP60. I have that in the Zero and the P47, and it's an awesome motor. It's an awesome setup on electric. It's going to easily pull that aircraft through the sky, because the Zero was a little bigger than the P40, and you're going to have no problem. It's awesome. So you're definitely going to enjoy that, and I hope you keep us updated. I'll be following that thread, and if you have access to a camera or anything, or somebody at your field, I'd love to see. Well, don't worry, don't get the pressure on for the maiden it, fly it well, get used to it, and then come in and share some video of it flying, because I'm excited to see it in the air. We got one that'll eventually be flying on gas here. Hopefully that'll happen soon. I'm tired of talking about it, but we'll get out there. We have a couple of these being built for gas ready, and then I am close to getting that gas bird myself and getting started on that as well. I think I'm going to do the Nexa Hellcat as my next balsa ARF, and I'm going to go with the 17cc NGH motor, and we'll maybe next week we'll be showing that, or within the next 2 weeks, and getting that project started. So now, RC Jet Dude, you guys saw we showed this maybe a couple while ago. He's been building the SBD. That's one of the larger Nexa balsa birds, and he's just making progress. I want to show this. He's going with the GP. I think it's the GP26 motor. But what I liked, he modified his he modified the prop adapter to fit the Flightline Corsair prop on the front of his SBD. So yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. I thought that was a cool thing, because I don't know about you guys, but I found it hard when I was looking. 3-bladed props, just especially on electric, don't really come that easy to find, if that makes sense, especially when you get into the bigger sides. But the one thing good about the Corsair 3-bladed props, I like the way they do that, where the blades are all individual. So if you do have an accident and one blade snaps, you only have to replace one blade. You don't have to replace the entire prop. That was sort of the beauty of, the props that are designed that way. So if it hits, if you have a prop strike and one of your blades cracks off, it's sort of designed to do that. So I'm seeing the tanks go by. Alex is pushing tanks. He's got like buttons going. It's so funny. I love it. But, Steve, I can't wait. Eventually, I'm sure I'll see this in person. Hopefully at Joe Nall in May. I'm holding, I'm holding out for that news. The registration's still open. I just hope it goes down. But now, obviously, a year later, I'm having our first COVID, scare here. So who knows? I hope it goes on, though. But either way, I'll eventually get there to see. And then, all right, and then we got straight shooter with the AL-37. Oh, this is the NOK, the knock. Yeah, and he has a picture. I don't know. I didn't put the real one in here, but this was in the AL-37 thread. Awesome looking AL-37, but again, based on a real livery. And I guess I didn't take the picture. You also posted the picture of the real one. But again, just another 737. You know, somebody finds it. I guess I don't know if they see all the others, but one that, again, I never saw. Every time I get a new AL-37, I have a folder dedicated just to every single AL-37 I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. So, you know, straight shooter, you know, I don't know if it's a Nokia plane, but and the world is a little crazy right now if you guys have been following, but that's really funny that just happened to show up today. So Waco Nut F-104. This is the last thing I saw. Now, this is really cool. I believe, and I'm looking at the comments. I don't know if you guys saw this. I don't know if this one popped up on Facebook, but either way, he's doing like aluminum. So he's sheeting his F-104. I wish the pictures were a little better and clearer and how he's doing it. But if you want to talk to him in the, in the forums, head over to the F-104 forum. And yeah, it looks amazing. I just wonder, so Justin, you know what it is. Justin Lamb in the comments. But, this is, for me, it's just how much weight do you want to add to these things? I don't know. That's the F-104, both 70 and 90 is one of the few models I just haven't gotten around to experiencing myself. Again, seen them fly in person a bunch of times, but never got behind it myself. But when you add that, obviously we say paint doesn't really add weight. Assume that must add some sort of weight. And we know with foam aircraft, a little bit can go a long way. So, he's saying it's thinner than aluminum foil. It looks awesome. I never even saw it. So it's like the first time I'm coming across, a model doing that. Now I'm wondering, that would probably look awesome on those silver Spitfires I've been seeing people do around. And Alex, if you're there, always let me know if you're back to me camera-wise on there. So that would be awesome. Coming back to me. There we go. So again, this is new. I feel like we're doing live. We'll do it live. Like I'm not used to being like having someone in my ear saying, all right, do this, stand still. That must be tough for those guys on the now I get it. That ain't easy. But all right, so guys, that wraps up Hobby Squawk, but really cool. So I hope to see Waco Nut post. Obviously, I'm sure he probably will post the final production of that, because that's going to look great. I think it's shiny, unbelievable. So then moving on to the Facebook community, and I'll find it here. And sorry, I got to look down. And we got Arthur. You're here, Arthur RC. Man, I shared this on our new Motion RC EU accounts that we hope to start building up. But Arthur's one of our first subscribers there, and just a great Motion RC patron. Love what you're doing with your Spitfire, man. As Alex flips through these pictures, I again, you share a Spitfire, buddy. I'm showing it because I just love the Spitfire. I can't help myself. If there was one aircraft, if I could just have one aircraft forever, it would be one Spitfire is all I would need. And I'd be more than happy to fly it around all the time. But I love, he even had some before and after shots that he did as it comes through. I just love how you did the flaking. It's awesome. So I'm really excited to see that. Obviously anybody who, if you're interested in any 1600, 1500 millimeter planes, you should have a Spitfire, a Flightline Spitfire in your arsenal, because it is such a solid flyer. I never not have a smile on my face when I fly that aircraft. And, I wish I get to fly it more, because again, there's so many, you gotta jump around. Sometimes you don't get to it as much. And it's hard for me to, go fly on just my own free time, because when you do this full time, it's tough to, explain, hey, I'm going to go out on the weekend to do what? Fly RC, but you work in RC. It's like, I know, but I want to go fly. It's awesome. Hamiltons, I see you in here, man. Thanks for joining. And, sorry to hear about your Venom. I actually got you in the YouTube section. I want to send people your way. But those initial flights looked awesome on that thing. We'll talk about it in a little bit. So now after Arthur, we are moving on to Frode is here. Loved these pictures, man. I'm loving, these pictures make me almost miss winter and snow season and stuff. I love the F-16 in the Arctic camo with the Arctic coal behind it. Unbelievable. I love when that all comes together. It looks awesome, and it makes you, appreciate the Arctic camo even more when you're there. But it looks fantastic. So, love seeing that pop up. And then, oh, he's got 5 there. So you could cycle them, and I don't have to talk every second, do I? But it looks stunning and a good flyer. I just had mine out the other day as well when we were out at the field, and we're gonna have a video on the high performance one coming soon as well, because we never did an official video for the high performance version of that model. So it's a lot of stuff we got to update, and we sort of get to it as we're doing all the other other things that we're trying to do, especially the quick tips. I hope you guys are enjoying those videos. We enjoy making them, and it seems like they're coming at the right time to help a lot of people out. It's amazing to get the comments that we're seeing on those videos from a lot of people who, obviously, over the past year, I guess, with COVID, a lot of people, have had a lot of free time, and a lot of people jump in this hobby. So we have a lot more beginners out there, and it's you need to help the beginners. Everybody starts somewhere, and sometimes people like to do things on their own and they rely on YouTube, and I do it for a lot of my other hobbies. You always appreciate when you hopefully find a video that's easily digestible and just gets to the point. And that's what we're trying to do with those videos. So, if you're ever on one of those videos and you want to learn about something else, let us know. We're every Tuesday for as long as we can. And if we need to make more, we'll make more. You could submit your what you want to see us do, and we'll do it. And I'm just excited to get this gas engine. Sorry to completely go off of Facebook here, but when we get the gas stuff, I've been searching around because I want to get into gas. I got a lot of guys at my club who know about it, so they're going to help me. But I want to pool all that information and make some, just how do you break in an engine? I've been having trouble even on YouTube finding direct videos on that. So that's what I want to start doing with, a lot of our gas engines, and make content for that too. And I'm just excited to fly my first gasser. It gives you something to build towards. So I have a feeling some people say once I fly the first gasser, I'm not going to want to fly electric. I don't know if that's true, but we shall see. I'm excited to do it either way. Is it Jeremy, or did we get to Jeff Holland's Venom? Do you have that? Yeah, let's go Jeff Holland's Venom. I thought this was great. I always love seeing a custom Venom. I see every week the Venom seems to be one of those aircraft now that is making a comeback, if you will. Like we always say, there's certain aircraft where you just feel like you see them more at certain times, and then they'll sort of go away. Like right now, I feel like I don't see too many A-10s posted as much, but then, they do get posted, and then it's sort of a run-on thing. But I feel like I've been seeing the Venom a ton, and it's always nice to see the colors. I love the yellow wingtips on this one. So, good on you, Jeff, for sharing that, and I hope you enjoy it. The Venom is awesome. You'll be seeing some more Venoms when we get to the YouTube section. Then Jeremy Salt, let's do you, my friend. So he is working on the E8 wedge tail. So this is going to be his third AL37 customization, I believe. Oh, Tom Hunt has joined the chat. What's up, Tom? Thank you for joining. Tom Hunt is there. Alex is in my ear. I just heard him say, what's up, Tom? So, but Jeremy working on the E8 wedge tail version. So again, his third custom AL37, which is awesome. I'm excited to see this when it's all done. And he had shown me a little while back, that he's working on. I believe you have to cut the plane, shrink it down a little bit, and get working on it. But he's going to do an awesome job, and it's going to look stunning when it's done. So Jeremy, obviously you will. We know you will. Keep everyone posted on what you're going to do, because that is going to be fantastic. I'm just looking at some of the comments. And remember, guys, any questions you have, we do have a question and answer section a little later in the show. So save any questions that isn't on here. But you know, if you have a funny comment, I'll read it out as we're going through, or whatever. A comment about what's happening now, I'll try to see them. Again, I'm trying to do too many things at once at the same time. All right, moving on. Now I don't know. Oh, what happened, Alex? Jets and wings. Yeah. I'm looking. I got it. We shared this one as well. Rob, our good friend he's over in Germany. He did that F-15E that you guys saw, and we talked about it. We brought it back up a little while ago, maybe a month ago, as we got to the year-round favorites when we were doing that. But now he came out with this, working on, you know, the F4 Phantom. But I love like the German markings. He changed the nose. I believe it's a G nose. I forgot, I didn't write it down in there, but that's what I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong. But either way, looks stunning as is. He does some impressive customizations of these Freewing models, and, you know, love seeing them every single time he does it. There he is, Jets and Wings. Give him a follow, guys. He does some good stuff over there, and, you know, always awesome to see. When you do that work, you know, the F-15E was just as stunning. And this now is just as stunning. Somebody says, where are the outer wing slats? Yeah, Rob, I mean, fail. didn't do that much. I'm sure he'd get to it if he could. But no, it looks absolutely stunning. And I hope to see it in the air, man. I think you're dealing with weather and you haven't flown it yet. But hopefully you get there and you do it. Oh, Boozer, I want to say hello to Wesley Miller. Remember, guys, in the starting soon, Wes did a great job. He always does a great job when he flies. I always look forward to the performance flights on his channel, way more than the maiden, because once Wes gets comfortable with an aircraft, he just lets it rip. You know, an excellent pilot. And, you know, he's got some good content going on over there, from planes to slot cars to... you know, all different stuff. And Papa Boozer, that Lysander looks amazing that you did in the video as well. So definitely check out their recent content. It's awesome. So I see James Smith, bring back the Freewing F-15, been out of stock. It's coming, James. Just got to, right now, everything is coming back, guys. Nothing's been discontinued or anything. It's just a matter of the world we live in right now. Shipping and customs and everything is just crazy, and it's hard to get, you know, ETAs on things as usual. Everything's just a little off, if we should say, you know, coming out. Now you got Chinese New Year coming up quick, so, you know, there's a lot of containers that got to get out, and it just takes a little time, but everything is on its way. It'll be there as soon. Just hit that notify me when back in stock button, and you'll get an email as soon as you know, they're in. So it's Christian Berggren, I think, is the next one. Alex, if you're with me there. Yep. And he's got his Gripen again out in the snow. So that looks awesome. Make sure everyone knows how much I love this second shot. And is that the one where he's on the with him and the dog? Yep, Alex loves dogs. So that's what I thought. He actually posted a picture of just the dog. I was going to include it, but I was like, that's not an RC plane. But if you're getting a dog out there, Alex is going to love your pictures. So good on you. Love it. Looking at the comments quick. And people talking about the right away. The second you mentioned nothing they mentioned a plane that got discontinued years ago now. Like, you know, eventually things will get to, I'm just saying, if something's out of stock right now, we'll let you know if it's discontinued. But nothing's been discontinued as of the moment. If it's just out of stock, it's just that it's out of stock. All right, moving to Rob Thomas. So actually we got the video. Rob, does some excellent customizations. And if you guys want to watch this full video, he went live the other day just from his hangar, if you will. So I just put together a little like 2-minute cut here, 1:30 cut of, you know, Rob's stuff. Obviously, I'm just showing some of his motion stuff. He has so much other cool stuff in his hangar down there. And he went for about 8 or 9 minutes. I guess he was answering questions, talking to people, but he really does some awesome customizations on. He's one of those guys that you could tell that, he gets something and he does, he's got to have his own stamp on things. And my favorite, as I said to him, is he did that Lakers Mirage is just looks awesome, and it's just so different. And it's not something you see all the time. So I absolutely love it. And Rob, excellent work. And I don't know, how many of these, I don't know if any of these were submitted last year in our March Mayhem tournament, but it's going to be hard for you to just pick one because they are all really, really awesome. Jeff's Custom RC doing great. I'm doing great. How are you doing today? But yeah, I mean, look at that. The Lakers, just, it's an awesome scheme. And then actually the day he posted was a year. It was a year since Kobe Bryant had tragically passed away a year before. So it was just weird how that was at that exact time. But it looks absolutely stunning. I love the schemes that are just different like this. It's military schemes are awesome, of course, when you're doing scale. But I love when somebody takes, not only just comes up with something in their head, but then does it so well. I mean, the snake skin that he did on that just looks absolutely fantastic. So, Rob is going to be a hard man. You don't want to get matched up and get across one of his planes in the March Mayhem tournament. But I would love to see that stuff in person because they all look awesome. Catching my breath here. Stuart Worrell, I think he's over in England, and he has the Nexa L4. So he just, put up a couple nice pictures of that. We got to see the L4 Grasshopper at our club. A member there has it, and we posted that video. It's a great looking Cub. I really like the way the colors bounce off the green too when you see it in person. It's a really beautiful looking Cub. And then another balsa model popped up. Love seeing this on Facebook from Thomas Melisman with his Black Horse Wilga. This is one that I enjoy the outline of a Wilga when it comes to high wing Cubs. I don't know about you guys. Something about it just looks funky and it looks cool. This would definitely be one that I would love to eventually fly and have here on the show. But really nice to see that. It's funny, you always see obviously a lot of Freewing, a lot of Flightline, but I'm excited that now we're starting to see more and more of the balsa stuff. So the balsa guys are catching on. I mean, that's one of the things where, when we brought balsa in, it takes a while for people to even know you have it. So, it's a whole nother segment of the hobby that we're excited to, hopefully bring in. And that's a great looking model with some good pictures. And then last was just Yohei Hahami, I believe, but he just posted a picture of himself with his A4, and he was a new member of the Motion RC customer community on Facebook. And welcome, let me be the first to say welcome to the Facebook customer community. It can get crazy sometimes, but it's a good place to be. Oh, did I skip somebody? I don't see it. Show it up there. Stefan French with his A4G. Oh, we did skip it. This was great too. Yep, this one popped up. So another A4. I knew there was another A4, but again, remember, I've got my producer in my ear, so I can't be right there talking to him. But Stefan, awesome pictures and a very well done A4 as well. So, thank you so much for sharing those pictures. All right, so that will wrap up the customer community, and it's about 12:30, so we still got plenty of time. Let's move on to YouTube. We found a lot of awesome clips from some channels. Again, this YouTube highlight section, just a way to call out people's channels, just show a little bit of what they got going on over there. And, you should definitely go over and follow these guys. I mean, the more people that get more followers, all of you, a lot of you guys in the chat have your own channels. So, I'm also speaking to the people who can't watch us live. If you're watching this replay, because we do get a lot of views on the replays, go check out these full videos from these guys. Go, search their YouTube channels and, check them out and give them love, because that helps the hobby all around. They got a lot of content, not just Motion RC. Again, when I show a clip, has nothing to do with anything. We don't have affiliates or anything like that. They're just flying these planes on their own. And, It's awesome. So we'll start with Aero Cali. I thought this was a really cool video of a MiG-29. And I believe, I forget, there was another MiG-29. I don't think this is the one. I think this is the one, yes, Aero Cali. So he put his MiG-29 on like Schubler 90mm EDFs, I believe. Yes, and just some amazing images and just an awesome all-around edit from Aero Cali. He's flying FPV on his MiG. He puts in a little history section about it, and I'm only showing you a little preview. You got to watch the whole thing, hear his music, you know, the way he edits it, because obviously Alex and I are both editors, so I always appreciate, I watch a lot of these videos too and just appreciate the edit and production work behind them. But I love the little hearts he drops in and stuff. He did a great edit of it, and it's well worth the watch if it's something that you guys want to see. And as Air Guardian's telling you, the dogfight mock-up at the end he did, it's really cool. So go check out Aero Cali's channel and find his MiG-29 video, and then I'm sure he's going to have a lot of other you know, videos that are going to be just as cool out there. So check it out. Deuces Wild RC, he had his Spitfire. So Deuces Wild RC, I've been across his channel many times, but again, if you're going to be flying the Flightline Spitfire and you're going to fly it well, I'm going to watch it because it's a Spitfire and I just enjoyed it. Now, I couldn't play the music on this one as well. He's got God Save the Queen behind it, so it all fits beautifully. So, oh, I see some people dropping some wine glasses and cheers. Drop the emojis for these guys. Alex, can you like? Do you have the like button on this? Drop the like. If it's a Spitfire, we'll splash the like button. But head over to Deuces Wild. He's got a good channel there. And this was a great video and just a great smooth flying flight of the Flightline Spitfire. So you want to check the whole thing out. It's funny, I see people say nice lawn or nice. It's funny too, when I watch a lot of people's videos, I do look around and try to imagine myself flying at that field. You know, like that's some people just have such impressive places to fly. Like Air Guardian, when that plane goes off to the right, you see the mountain background and it always looks awesome. I love it. All right, moving on to Hamilton's hangar. So Hamilton, this is just a quick, if you guys don't follow Hamilton and his wife, they are a husband and wife team who do a great job on their channel, you know, giving you raw info and just raw impressions of any model, you know, not just motion stuff. You definitely want to subscribe to Hamilton's hangar. It's a fun channel to be on, and he got himself a Venom, I guess offhand from somebody else, and the first two flights, man, were awesome. And then I saw what happened to the Venom on another flight, but go to his channel because everybody loves to see a crash. So you want to go to his channel to see it. But it was unfortunate. He was just coming in probably too fast, too hot in that dive. And the plane did not respond to that for whatever reason. And, you know, it went in, but he shows you the whole thing. And, you know, sad to see it happen because the Venom is one of my favorites to fly. Nothing takes off like the Venom to me. It just, the way it lifts off is unbelievable. And Alex, if you're hearing me, after Hamilton's hangar, let's jump to T-Boba Rap because that's the last one in the list. They had two Venoms. It's a father and son team. So again, as we showed, Venom pictures of customization seem to be popping up, and now more Venoms are just randomly popping up on YouTube. It's funny how it just seems like, you know, you see one, then all of a sudden they all start popping up. You know, the Venom's been around a long time, but it's still an exceptional flyer. But this was another great video. I shared this out on Facebook. This channel, again, he's got tons of you know, subscribers already. I only recently found this channel about a couple weeks ago, which I'm surprised, but this was great. A father and son team, both flying their Venoms together, and that always makes it even more special when you could share that with your son. I love that they were both liveries, both stock schemes, and they flew them really well. Well worth the full watch. And T-Boba Rap's channel is one that I could leave on in the background and, you know, try to catch up on because obviously he's been around doing it a while, and you could definitely binge watch that channel through. But yeah, the Venom is not only fun to land, but just you're always so impressed with how fast it takes off. If you just drop full flaps, the thing will leave in feet, you know, like just like in less than double digits feet, you're like, you know, 4 feet, it's gone. It's really a great ride, and it looks good too. So it's a great channel. So then going back, just wing it. We showed Brent Heck's A4. I believe it was on RC Geeks channel. But if you guys want to check out Just Wing It again, he was out with Brent Heck's A4 again, and it looks stunning. It doesn't even, the work he did to it just makes it look like, it just obviously doesn't look like the stock one anymore, but it just looks something special. It doesn't look like foam is what I should say. It doesn't look like a Freewing A4. It almost looks like it was scratch built or a kit of some sort. But he did that to the Freewing A4, and it just looks absolutely stunning. And Brent Heck's a great pilot, and another one who's got a location to fly that I am envious of. So it's really awesome. Nate, you're right. The A6 is just like that. When you punch it, it just takes right off. But I just feel like the Venom is just so stable. It's like, to me, it's like the 262 or the T33, just that long wing really just when it takes off, I mean, it just straight. It's one of those models you could just set it and forget it. It's almost too easy. You can almost get too comfortable with the Venom, if you will. Like, it's unbelievably, it's a good plane to have. It should be in everyone's hangar. It's fun, at the 90mm size, and nothing sounds like it. I don't think there's a foam aircraft that sounds like that on the market. And we got Philly D. He had his big 29. So again, only recently found his channel, but I have to he puts his own music to it, but he puts these fun sound effects to his aircraft, to the videos in the aircraft, to the videos. Like when they land, he's got like some really funny stuff. It's well worth going to check out their channel and watch some of their videos. I'm sure they're going to be doing more, but I enjoyed this. He got the MiG in the air, and he had a perfect landing. He had the Tomcat last time we showed this channel, but I really dig it. He's great landing on this MiG here, and another person who I'm envious of his flying location. So Philly D, keep them coming, man. I'll keep pushing people to your channel. It looks like a great one to be subscribed to, and that's what I do with my personal sort of YouTube. I subscribe to just RC things, so when I'm on there, that's all I see. I go to my subscription tab, and all I see is all this amazing stuff. And as I add more subscribers, it's just filled with nothing but RC, 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 and I love it. So good on you, Philly D. And then we have two more. Pilo Brown. So if you guys caught this one, it was about a week ago. Oh, GB, I have a whole nother account for that, GB. Don't worry about it. But Pilo Brown, the F-35, he put a rocket on it, and it just looked cool. I would love to have seen it from the ground. He put either a GoPro or a run cam looking backwards, and he strapped a rocket to the F-35. When I clicked on the video, I thought what he had done was just took the body of the F-35 and stuck it on an actual rocket. So I thought it was going to be, I was like, that would be weird. That's what I was sort of, for some reason, was expecting to see. But this looks awesome as well. Just the rocket smoke trail coming from the back, which is really cool. Yeah, it looked really, Alex just, I haven't heard Alex in a while, just gave me a "that's awesome" in my ear, but it looks awesome. Yeah, it's a really cool looking shot. And then RC Forever or Air Guardian, you got two channels, but for some reason put this one on. If you guys like smoke, go check out RC Forever's channel, the RC Forever channel, because this was the Gripen with the red smoke, and that looked stunning, man. And then the silhouette of the background, the time it was shot, with the yellow sky, it looks mean. And you're one of the dirtiest pilots out there going with the Gripen. So looking good, man. I can't play that music though on here. So enjoy it. Go enjoy his videos. They're awesome. And 100% check those out. So Alejandro killing it with the Gripen. And guys, again, I saw a couple questions come through. I wasn't answering them yet. Hang on. We'll get to questions and answer in a little bit before we get out of here, because unbelievable, it is already 12:40. So it's awesome. Air Guardian, anytime. You don't have to thank me for the shout out, man. You're doing great stuff over there. I'm sure most people here know your channel by now, and that's awesome. So yeah, so guys, real quick, again, we didn't get a chance to really get out this week. Obviously with the little COVID scare that even we were going to go out yesterday, but that put a kaputs on that until, got to make sure I'm negative before I put anyone else at risk. So, yeah, plan is to get out next week with this, that, some other things, and prepare, because I can't believe we're already a month. Next week is already going to be February. CNY is coming, and it sort of is what it is. But we got finally down here, at least February's when flowers start to bloom and our weather starts getting better, and we can get out, hopefully more consistently. Multiple days in a row to start knocking out a dream of spring. Yeah, as Alex says to me in my ear. So going through. So again, we just have some footage of these unboxings. It's funny that last the ME262 that you guys saw me customize with the gun on the nose. That one I traded George Baker for one of a plane that I had years ago. Tired Iron Aviation. We were at Jonal. He had his there, and I'd always wanted to fly it. So that was that one. I never actually unboxed an ME262. So I was excited to take out the 262, fresh in the box. I didn't realize how big that box was too. For some reason, I wasn't expecting, it's long. It's one of the bigger boxes that you can have on the table. So that's going to happen. That video will probably come out sometime next week, where we did our full assembly as we normally do, where we go through everything. But I was really impressed of how it comes out of the box and how it goes together and how simple it is. Other than the wiring that might be a little confusing inside for a new guy, where you got to attach your two mains to it. They give you a lot of Y leads and one tri lead. Hooking that up. But other than that, I mean, I did not expect the wings. For some reason, I was expecting more of the Tiger Cat, where the nozzles were going to not be attached or something like that. But the wings are completely done already. You pull them out. You just got to put the tail together, and it goes together super, super fast. I think it's 12 screws total, maybe 13. And you're done. And it's really just more of the wiring inside of how you're going to do it. But the 262, again, I've loved flying it, so I'm excited to be able to go out and do a fresh one. And I'll bring out my custom one probably the day I do it. But the 262, a worthy aircraft if you're somebody looking for something, something a little different. Somebody says sound of the 262, one of the best together with the Venom. Yeah, the 262 does sound mean, but doesn't have that airflow that the Venom has. The Venom just growls at you and just sounds mean. But this one does sound awesome too. And you could go back in a couple videos and hear it with some in-runners in it. It always sounds awesome. And I'm sure guys at your field have probably have them, but awesome model to get. And then we'll go to the next largest, I guess. So the F-22. This is going to be coming. If anybody, I don't know how many of you guys fly the 64 millimeter F-22. This is the high performance version. We have two versions of the F-22 available. So one's a 3S version. This will be the 4S version, but it comes with landing gear. And I guess if you wanted to, you could probably take this off. And I'm assuming, based on me holding it and revving it up, I'm sure it'll hand launch. But what I love about the 22, from when I seen other people fly it, like Steve RC Jetju's son, he's the one I seen fly it the most. He had it at Jonal a while back, and he kills it with this thing. And he high alphas it all around. Like, he cut his chops on something like this. So I'm excited to fly it, because only recently I flew the 64 millimeter F-18, and I was impressed with just how simple it was coming down. And I'm assuming this is going to be really floaty and just a fun plane to fly. And obviously you're going to want pavement. I don't think you're taking this off from grass with the landing gear that's on it. But again, another one that, even though it's more of a classic, it's been out a long time now. This was out well before the big F-22 was out. But again, goes together so easily. And it's one of those, you look at the manual, and it had originally it was, I guess more of a kit type of thing. Like, you would have had to build the landing gear. You would have had to install all the servos yourself and the control rods. But, they've dumbed that all down. You basically have like 4 steps to get everything in. There's nothing hard about it, but most of it's already done. So you're really just, I think it's another 8 screws, I believe it was, all together, and you're in. And I'm excited to fly it. I love the way the big one flies. So I'm excited to rip that around. So we'll get to that as soon as possible. And then the Crusader will be coming as well. Again, one of our, this is considered the Tossin boss. And this was actually, if you guys go back to the original build video, I think it's a voiceover, Ryan voiceover on me who built it, I think, in the video in my first, I just had a black background when I first started. So this was the first plane I ever opened. This had come out right when I got hired 3 years ago now. So I haven't seen one in a while though. Haven't opened one in a bit. So we wanted to update that video and just get back out and fly it. And it looks, I forgot how good it looks up close and personal. The F8 Crusader is definitely a cool looking one. And I always love, I'm retired Iron Aviation did it, but I've seen guys, they do mods where the wing, the wing will lift off the top. But I couldn't believe how simple this is. So this one is no screw construction. This was all glue. There's not a single screw you got to do. It's just glue on the top wing, which is all done and installed. Glue on your horizontals, glue on your vertical, and you just have to add the, it's an all elevon setup. So 2 rods are going into your servo there. So you're getting pitch and roll and voiceover Maestro. What up, Ryan? And you're getting pitch and roll on the on the Crusader at the same time. So it's fun. It's crazy. I remember I was cutting my teeth on this when I had it because I wasn't making flying videos back then. So I was just taking that one out to the field and, I must have hand launched that 100 times and just kept going and going and going and going. So I'm excited. Those videos will be coming out. We'll be doing those flying and then mixed in with a lot of other stuff, guys. You're going to be seeing this year as we start gearing up. It's not just going to be, flying stuff too. We got a lot of surface videos coming, water videos coming, and things like that. And we're just excited. What I really hope is that show season happens this year because that's what's missing is getting out there and mingling with all you guys and, filming everybody having fun at shows. That's what I really miss. I want to be able to get out. So hopefully, my COVID scare here is, nothing too much ado about nothing. And, but as I said earlier, if you're just joining us, Alex is working remotely streaming this show for us today because, one of my kids were in close contact apparently with someone who tested positive. So now, it's amazing how fast everything sort of has to change in a heartbeat. And that's just the way we're going right now. So that does it for the Freewing unboxings. That's just some stuff that's coming. And we are about 15 minutes. So questions and answer, guys. I saw some guys. Thank you, Corsair Smitty. I mean, I'm not nervous about it. It is what it is, right? You can't control it. So you just got to you just got to do what you got to do. Do the best you can. So TV for the Gripen Pontiac, that container has arrived. It's just a matter of, getting stuff checked in off the container. So just hang on tight. Hang on tight. It should be here. Should be very, 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 very soon. Regarding new stock, you said 4 shipments are on the water. For the EU warehouse, again, there are containers that just sit in customs, and you don't know when they get released. Right now, the whole world is a little crazy. There's nothing we can do. Everything is anything I tell you is just an estimate. All we can do is really guesstimate on things like that. So, as far as stock goes, remember, guys, it's an RC. It's the world is crazy right now. You can wait a little bit. It'll come. It's all going to come. But also, too, when things come in stock, so many people want everything because, demand is destroying supply. So if it does come in stock, if something's in stock and you want it, don't wait. Now, grab it because, you might not, things aren't coming as at the regularly scheduled program because the whole world is dealing with all this, everyone. It's just, what it's going on there. DC Exotics, Lord, give us a tease. I can't tease. I'm not teasing. I'm done with teases. We used to do a lot of teases. People just got mad. You'll know when it's time. I will tell you a day before. I'll probably announce on a Thursday that you better be here tomorrow live on Friday. That'll be awesome. Boop, boop, boop. What else? Is there a new F-15 coming? I don't know. I saw a rumor of people thinking that. I don't know why. No, not that I know of. I mean, and if I did know of anything new coming, save those questions. I can't answer it even if I wanted to. So nothing I can do about that. I see Ian is the F-14 getting the high performance upgrade. All I can say is I would assume so. At some point, I don't think Outrunners are going to be stock in any EDF jet coming out of Freewing. I wish I can tell you, when. I can't. I don't know, especially right now. I'm live. I have no way to actually know that. It's not something that's part of my job to check those things regularly. But I'm sure you'll see it. Could we see some more cheap scale helis under 400? I hope so. We're still getting that rotor scale line going. That was our, version of, I don't know if they're necessarily under 400 sized, but, they're 450s. So I would love to see more of those like XK type helicopters. Those are really fun. I enjoy flying those around. So that would be awesome. Jets and wings, new proper jet, both. You're going to see we're going to have our year. Trust us. It's just a matter of when. But once we push that snowball off, it'll roll and we're going to have fun. Arthur RC, I can't answer that question. I wish I could, guys. I wish I could. Like under $400 DC Exotics, I don't know. Heli's a whole lot more involved in heli. So price, I'm not sure. Air Guardian, that's a good question. See Alpha around anytime soon. I'm going to ask him when I have my call with him later on today. He's been really, really busy. So that's a good thing for everybody when Alpha's really, really busy. There's a reason behind it. So I'm sure we'll get him on here soon. New F50% motion near Seabird has 2.6. Guy Hurst. Yeah, it looks great. It looks awesome. When are new models coming? Ignacio, I just said, don't ask me questions about when are new models coming. When they come, they come. But I promise you, you'll tune in to a Friday. You'll know when we're going to announce a new model. Every time we've ever done it, we give some sort of warning. It used to be like a week warning, but people would get mad. Like I would post that Monday morning, announcement next Tuesday or something. And that was annoying. But no, the next time we do it now, it's just 24 hours in advance, just to give everyone a chance to spread the word and say, hey, come in. And for the most part, all new releases are going to be shown right here live. I'll have it right in front of me. So this will be where you'll see it when it does. But in the meantime, we'll have some fun on a Friday every week with you guys, just doing this stuff. Yeah, RC Turbinator. If Alpha is busy, I'm happy. RC Turbinator. I love that. Can you squeeze an 80mm EDF into the 70mm Hawk? I'm sure you can. I mean, not without manipulation, but the 70mm Hawk is about the same size as the Mirage. So just get the Mirage. And you basically, the Mirage is awesome 80mm. And it's an 80mm jet with a 70mm size, is what I would say to that. But yeah, you can do it. Or again, an 80mm Hawk already exists. So you don't have to stick it in hours and do all that work. It's, you do whatever you got to do. But yeah, as Justin said, sometimes upgrade, just because you can upgrade to a bigger motor, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to increase anything. Because remember, that frame is designed to let enough air in to feed a 70mm motor. If all of a sudden you put a larger motor in there, it might not get the same airflow through it. So it might not be faster. And then you're adding weight to it, which could also slow it down. So that's, that's a thing. Are the Nexa line covering different than the VQ was? No, not necessarily. No, I mean, I think most people understand, who makes the Nexa line. So it's about the same stuff, but they are making changes. The reason it's Nexa because now, we're able to have our input in it. And they're, that line is going to start changing drastically, in the future. But again, stuff like balsa takes even longer than foam to produce. So balsa's, the slow burn, it's awesome. Can this company do any Ace Combat jets? Like the video game Ace Combat? Is that what we're talking about? Yeah. Alex is in my ear like, yeah. That would be, but I mean, that's, again, I think that comes down to having some sort of relationship. You'd have to probably license them. But I've seen people do Ace Combat schemes. I never played that one myself, but That would be awesome. Oh, and Justin says need a bigger ESC for the 80 millimeter fan. So yeah, sometimes bigger isn't always better in RC. It's what the frame is designed for. Remember, these planes, regardless if it's Freewing, if it's FMS, whoever makes them, there's a lot of work that's involved. There's a lot of testing that's involved. For the most part, they get it right. You know, when you're going to make changes, you're making it because you want to. You're not going to get too much of a difference unless you do something wildly drastic. But you wouldn't need to do that to the. I would say don't bother with your Hawk. Get an 80 millimeter jet that flies fast, and you know you'll have fun. Stop gripping with 120 minutes. That would look hysterically funny. Just stick it in there, strap it to the top, and leave the 80 millimeter fan inside, and just strap the 120 on top and go for it. That would be awesome. But oh, Bob Bellumi's in here. Yeah, EDF Jet Jam, June 10th through 12th. Bob, I emailed you back. I haven't heard back from you, but you know, as far as right now, I can't commit to coming myself. But you know, we always love to support that show. But as we get closer, I'll be able to know more as far as that goes. And I'm sorry if I'm looking up. I hate looking up. It you know, I'd rather be able to look at the camera. I need like a, what's it called, teleprompter in front of me to see the comments. But bad heat even in the shade. Yeah, Ryan, I mean, you know, covering on balsa models, I mean, for the most part, if you're leaving them out in the heat, you're always going to, if you're flying balsa models with any sort of covering, you're going to own an iron that you're going to tighten them up as you go. That's just sort of what happens. John Killian, yes. No, I'm just kidding. I didn't know it was the old crow at that time. I just delete, you know, it's type of thing. I try not to delete much. I used to be worse when it first started, but I let a lot of things slide in the Facebook customer community. But if it's a direct thing that I just happen to be there and see, and I delete it, it's, you know, it is what it is. It's not easy to monitor, especially now. You got like 8,500 people. It's crazy. Crazy. Will Alpha consider selling FPV headsets for jets in the future? Well, when you say FPV headsets for jets, you know, the headset you're wearing doesn't matter. You need you're talking about like the camera that would fit in a jet. We got some of those that you could fit already. James Smith, your favorite EDF plane to fly? This is one of them, and it's sitting right here. It's hard to say your favorite. I see a lot of YouTubers get asked this question. You know, I'm flying things as they come in and then revisiting things. So it's hard to really pick a favorite because, again, I mean, I work. And also, I'm different than other YouTubers. I work for Motion. I'm not like, you know, I'm not doing this on my own. I'm, you know, I'm part of it. So I'm going through what they got. But like having flown most of them now, I really enjoy anything that has the longer wing than a shorter coupled wing. So I find myself, I have more fun with the T-33 and the Venom and the ME-262 because to me, I like warbirds the most. You know, I will say I like tail dragon single engine warbirds are my favorite. That's if I could only fly those, I'd be happy man. They kind of, I guess these kind of fly more like that. So it's what I tend to like. But then again, it's like, then I could easily look at the F-22 and say, that's an amazing, I have fun flying the F-22. I had fun flying the Su-35. Like any one of them I can grab. Enjoy. Su-35. Sorry, Alex. You scared the heck out of me. Alex in my ear just yelled Sue at me. Su-35. Yeah, it's hard to really pick a favorite. I mean, it comes down to, you know, what do you like, you know? That's why I always get, when I see these posts on Facebook, people put up 2 aircraft, like, you know, and they ask the community to tell them which one to buy. I don't understand it. I'm like, buy what you like, man. You know, like, don't worry about what anyone says. At this point, there are so many, most of the aircraft on the market are going to fly great. You're going to find people that like every single aircraft out there, and you're going to find people that hate every single aircraft out there. You're going to find people that like every single receiver and hate every single receiver. People that like you're never going to get a flat answer. You know, you just got to buy what you like. And don't worry about what my favorite is. Doesn't matter. You know, what's your favorite? That's what matters. What do you want to add to your hanger? I'm not putting I'm not putting my money down on these are owned by Motion. I work for Motion. So, in that sense, I don't, you know, it's hard to say. I enjoy flying them all because every one of them, as I get them, especially the ones that I haven't flown, like I'm excited because I never flew this one. I've seen it fly a million times, but I like flying something that's different. It's great to go back and fly something that you haven't flown in a while. But I don't think I had a plane that I've actually hated, to fly. There's an enjoyment to have in almost everything because there's the whole fun in setting it up and getting it to the way you want to fly it, and you could take this hobby as far as you want to take it. And that's really where it goes. Justin, Jay's favorite is the one he doesn't crash. Exactly. The ones I don't crash are my favorite, but yeah, they all great. Oh yeah, guys, and we got a lot of people in here. If you could do us a favor and just splash that like button for us, click that little button. That always helps, with the YouTube analytics and such. And then you could also go in, and a lot of people don't seem to know, we got the coffee mugs. So that's what we should do. We should have a contest where the coffee mug has to be in the picture somewhere. Maybe that'll push the coffee mugs on here because I feel like I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure Justin will fly it around in his plane, that way. But that's awesome. Hey, Air Guardian, don't worry about the dislikes because YouTube likes those too. So as long as they're clicking the button is better than not clicking the button. You don't have to like it. You just got to click it. That's the best way to go. But yeah, there you go, guys. So any other questions? I'll stay around for another minute or so to see. Corsair Smitty should click the link in the video. They should be in stock. We got a lot of them. I'm not sure, though, about EU. They might not be there, but they might be. They should be. But hopefully in the very near future, we'll have a better way to, to get you guys some more merch. That's what, that's something we don't really worry about too much, but we'll get some better merch. I definitely want to do that in one, at some point in 2021 for sure. But yeah, Gary, I would like some better hats. I'm not a hat wearer myself personally. I don't wear baseball caps. My hair just looks too good to cover this up. But yeah, no, I could do beanies. I would love beanies. I would love sweatshirts, especially now when it's cold outside and I want to go out. I like to represent. So, I should be wearing a Motion RC sweatshirt right now. I'd be happy to do that. So it gets cold. But this is awesome. Is a 90mm Yak 130 gone for good? Unless we tell you it's gone for good, trust me, if anything's ever gonna be gone for good, we will let you know. We're not just gonna, stop selling something. And even if Freewing discontinues things, they wouldn't stop producing spare parts for a while. It's not like things are just not, you'll get very fair warning. I promise, if anything ever gets discontinued, that you will get fair warning. And you'd have a chance to, to stock up, if you will. And, that'll be awesome. But, oh, Chris, yeah, no, yeah, you got to make your own hoodie, I guess. I'm making beanies just for Alex and I when we go out there. I went to Lids and just did it myself because I'm like, I got to wear something. So I'm wearing like New York Giants hats sometimes in our videos. That just seems awkward. But yeah, Guy Hurst, a flight jacket would be great. That would be awesome. But all right, guys, I'm checking it out. It looks like questions are dwindling. So in closing, guys, it looks like the stream worked out well. Alex was remote. I'm gonna go get my COVID test. On Sunday. So hopefully it's all good, but I'll keep you guys posted. And hopefully by next Friday, it's all, Alex will be back in the studio and we'll be rocking and rolling because I want to get out now. Got some new things to fly, new things to open, and, continue on with 2021, because we're excited to have a good one, to have a big year. I think it's going to be fun, especially when some other stuff, like I'm waiting for, a lot of stuff should be starting to come back into stock, aside from just aircraft, which is awesome. And more new stuff aside from just aircraft is on its way as well. So guys, again, thank you so much. And yeah, thanks for the praise. I hope it's negative too. It is what it is. But yeah, I made it this long. I guess it was only a matter of time at the rate things are going. But we'll be excited. Oh, which is the less maneuver, most handful jet you've flied? Ignacio, the least maneuverable and most handful of a jet I've ever flown. F-15, maybe it was the F-15. Like it's got a lot of weight to it back in that, when it first came out. So but I haven't flown it if it has upgraded mode. It's been a while since I've flown it. But I never flew the F-104 Air Guardian, so I can't talk about that one. But the F-104 doesn't look like it'd be a handful, but it would be less maneuverable. But I guess, yeah, my field probably wouldn't work for the F-104, to be honest. Oh, yeah, Ryan's right. A tail-heavy F-18, where I didn't check the CG, is probably, that's so funny, Ryan. Glad you're here, man. And but you're right. That was probably the biggest handful I ever fly. But I show it. I don't mind showing because I make mistakes. I'm far from perfect, but I'm not as bad as I make out sometimes. I'm better than I used to be, for sure. But guys, that'll do it for this week's show. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And remember, guys, keep posting your stuff out there in our stuff. And if you want to see it on the show, make sure you put it in that thread, the description in here of the Hobby Squawk. If it's in there, I'll almost definitely share it. Obviously, it's got to be a Motion RC product. I saw one post in there where it just had nothing to do with Motion RC. I don't even know what it was. But so I'm not going to show that. But it's a Motion RC YouTube channel, so we want to see the stuff you guys got from us that we sell. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And obviously, share your stuff out there, guys. All you YouTubers, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great, and I just love the community so much, and I thank you guys so much for being a part of our little show. Definitely check out everyone else's live shows, because you can have fun every night and just get your mind off of the crazy things in the world, right now, and enjoy RC, enjoy your hobbies. So thank you so much, Alex. Great job on production. You were out in the ether in my ear, and we'll see you guys all next week at Motion RC Live. Cheers, guys.